Hello, it is Foundation Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Steve Sipress here with another in our multi-part series on the classic, fantastic book by Dr. Dennis Waitley, The Psychology of Winning, 10 Qualities of a Total Winner. And today we start diving into quality number 4 of a total winner, positive self-motivation. Dr. Waitley says winners have desire. They are dissatisfied with the status quo. They want change for the better. There was never a winner who didn't want to win. Scores of achieving people in every walk of life are all around us, yet few of us ever think of the long and arduous process that led them step by step to their goals. Many people have the mistaken idea that personal motivation is an option, like an hors d'oeuvre which can be taken or left alone, but everything an individual does, whether positive or negative, intentional or unintentional, is the result of motivation. And now perhaps, certainly for me, the most memorable sentence of the entire book. Everyone is self-motivated, a little or a lot, positively or negatively. Bears repeating. Everyone is self-motivated, a little or a lot, either positively or negatively. Couldn't even repeat it properly. In other words, a lot of people say like, oh, that person has no motivation. That person's not self-motivated. Everyone is self-motivated. Some positively, some negatively, some a lot, some a little. But self-motivation is a part of everyone. Motivation, it's a much maligned, over-franchised, over-promoted, and misunderstood term. The word motive, simply defined as that within the individual rather than outside. Boy, I've been on calls all day long, and I'm having trouble talking here. Like it's almost like I should run for president. The word motive is defined as that within the individual rather than outside, which incites him or her to action. An idea, need, emotion, or organic state that prompts to action. So motivation is on the inside, not the outside. Motivation is a force that moves us to action, and it springs from inside the individual. It is defined as a strong tendency toward or away from an object or situation. It can be learned and developed. It does not have to be inborn. For too long, however, it's been wrongly assumed that motivation is extraneous, that it can be pumped in from the outside with incentives, pep talks, contests, rallies, and sermons. My old mom used to ask me, all that speaking you do, is that motivational speaking? I'm like, no, it's nonsense. Motivation comes from within. I couldn't be bothered with motivational speaking. I actually teach effective strategies and tactics for small business owners to have better advertising, marketing, and sales. I teach action takers how to take the right actions. Whether they want to take them or not, that's up to them. I forget who said it, but they said, what happens if you motivate an idiot? All you have is a motivated idiot. That's the secret. Knowing that lasting change is affected only when the need for change is both understood and internalized. Until the reward or incentive has been interpreted and internalized, it has no motivating power. Winners in life are people who have developed strong, positive self-motivation. They have the ability to move in the direction of goals they have set or roles they want to play, and they will tolerate little distraction. In the face of discouragement, mistakes, and setbacks, their inner drive keeps them moving upward towards self-fulfillment. You know, I just had this conversation today with a client about tolerating little distraction. She couldn't comprehend why I hadn't read her email or, text message. I'm like, because I got work to do. And so I open my emails every few days or check my text messages every few days or look for messages on social media every few days. I look when I'm ready and when I've gotten enough accomplished that I want to do, and I say, okay, now let's open myself up to everyone else's agenda and what they want from me and what they want me to do. But I tolerate little distraction. And I let her know the most successful people I know don't even have cell phones. They don't do texting. They don't do email. They don't let anyone distract them when they're getting things done. And I'm not into distraction. Motivation is an emotional state. Another very important thing to understand. The great physical and mental motivators in all of life, survival, hunger, thirst, revenge, love, they're all charged with emotion. Two key emotions dominate human motivation with opposite but equally effective results: Fear and desire. You hear me talk about this one a lot. The two biggest motivators for human beings to take action, fear and desire. So in your advertising, your marketing and sales, you want to motivate people either to act either out of fear of what they don't want to get away from, or desire, what they do want to get towards. And there's different situations and circumstances where it depends which one is more effective to use. You want help with this, by the way, or help with which one to use in what situation, go to helpfromsteve.com to help you out. Fear is the most powerful negative motivator. It's the great compeller and the great inhibitor. We certainly see that right now with this whole lockdown, virus, wear a mask, social distance. You can open up. No, you can't. Ooh, I'm afraid to walk down the street. I'm afraid to talk to somebody if they don't have a mask. I'm afraid to touch anything if it hasn't been wiped down 62 times in the last 14 minutes. Like, people are absolutely paralyzing themselves with fear. It's an extremely powerful motivator. It's the most powerful negative motivator. Fear restricts, tightens, panics, forces, and ultimately scuttles plans and defeats goals and shuts down the entire economy. I added that last phrase. Desire, on the other hand, is like a strong positive magnet. It attracts, reaches, opens, directs, and encourages plans and achieves goals. Fear and desire are poles apart, and they lead to opposite destinies. Fear looks to the past, desire to the future. Fear vividly replays haunting experiences. Got to turn the page. Of failure, pain, disappointment, or unpleasantness, and it's a dogged reminder that the same experiences are likely to repeat themselves. Oh my goodness, I've failed before, I might fail again. I haven't been able to successfully do this ever. How can I ever do it? I don't think so. All the ads I've ever run, Stephen, never worked. I don't think an ad will ever work for me. What makes you think your ad that you make up for me is going to work? I've never gotten an ad to work. That's fear-based, looking to the past in a fearful way. Desire, on the other hand, triggers memories of pleasure and success and excites the need to replay those and to create new winning experiences. Hey, everywhere I go, every ad I place works. Let's place some more. Hey, sometimes they don't work, but, eventually I always get it to work. Hey, that's desire. That's positive. The consuming prison words of the fearful person are things like, I have to, I can't, I see risk, and I wish. But desire instead says, I want to, I can, I see opportunity, and I will. Desire is the emotional state between where you are and where you want to be. Desire is a magnetic positive tension. Negative tension, on the other hand, is induced by fear. It creates stress, anxiety, sickness, and hostility. Carried to extremes, it can cause psychoses and death. Positive tension, produced by desire, is like a bow pulled taut to propel the arrow to the bullseye. I have these conversations all the time. People are like, do you have any stress in your life? I can help you to have a stress-free life. I'm like, I don't want a stress-free life. I don't want a tension-free life. That would be like a bow that just sits in the corner. You've got to put tension on the string to get the arrow to go anywhere. Otherwise, you just put the arrow on the bow, no tension, drop it, the arrow doesn't go anywhere. It falls at your feet. Practically can fall on your feet and hurt you. I mean, no tension is bad. I want positive tension. Not too much. Don't pull that bowstring too tight. It'll snap, right? Not too much tension, but not no tension either. Come on. Positive tension is like the bow pulled taut. In a totally tension-free state, you're either comatose or dead. Nobody wants no tension. Nobody wants stress-free. You're dead. You want stress-free? Congratulations. When you're dead, you will have a stress-free. I was going to say a stress-free life, but I guess you won't have life. Viktor Frankl, the famed psychiatrist and founder of the psychotherapeutic school known as logotherapy, flatly states that what a person actually needs, and we'll end it here, what a person actually needs is not a tensionless state, but the striving and struggling for a goal that is worthy of him or her. So don't fall for this stress-free BS, especially as a business owner and entrepreneur. We're looking to take on more tension, more stress. Let's take on a new opportunity. Let's test it. Let's see if that works. If not, it doesn't. But the whole business owner, successful business owner, entrepreneur is a constant state of stress, constant opportunity, constant new things, constant testing. We don't wait. We don't say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're constantly innovating, constantly improving, constantly looking to test. There's constant stretch. This is why I was telling another client the other day, when I play golf, I don't keep score. I was talking to a serious golfer. Oh, what's your handicap? I don't keep score. You know what I do for a living? I help business owners, and I have shared over a dozen businesses myself. I focus on advertising, marketing, and sales systems. I track everything all day long for a living. How many opens, how many clicks, how many people read, how many people responded, how many people asked for information, how many people got on a sales call, how many people bought, how many people followed up, how many people referred, how many people bought again, how often did they buy again, how much did they buy again, what's the average sale, what's the average time it takes to buy, what's the average price that people buy at, describe the ideal target market, describe the right person that we're looking to advertise. Everything is tracked, everything is quantified. I get on the golf course, I'm like, you really think I'm going to count how many shots or how many putts, or do I care how long it is to the hole? I take out the driver on every single hole and I just smack the ball as far as I can, which thankfully for me is not that far. And I hit it, I've played it for 20 years, what people call old man golf, short and straight. I don't do this whole twist the hips and the wrists and uncoil so you can crank. No, my swing is just straight back, straight forward, doesn't go to the right, doesn't go to the left, doesn't go far. Straight down the middle. Everyone else is, 100 yards further than me, but their ball's lost in the woods or the water or whatever. I'm just out here, just walking, checking out the view, having some swings, talking to some friends, meeting some new people, building relationships, but I am not counting what's the par, how many putts, how many yards to the whatever. Like, it's all good. If I hit a ball in the water, that's why they make more balls. They're $1. And anytime I go into the woods to look for somebody's ball, I find 2 or 3 more and I hit those. Oh, what kind of ball are you hitting? I don't know. I don't care whether Tiger uses it or someone else uses it or it's written up in a magazine. No, I'm looking to relax from all the tracking when I get outside of the business world. Because in the business world, it is constant positive tension and stress, constantly striving to improve the advertising, marketing, and sales results. So the next time someone comes up to you and goes, hey, I can help have a stress-free life, run! Especially if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a salesperson. Run! You don't want a tension-free, stress-free life? What the heck? You'd accomplish nothing. You want the right amount of stress? You want positive stress, and you want it to come from within. The one and only Fortune 500 corporate job I've ever had, I talk about a lot. I spent 3.5 years as a consultant with the Yellow Pages advertiser. And it wasn't until I started winning all kinds of awards and I didn't even understand what they meant. What's this 400% to quota, 800% to quota? What? Manager, he had to come along and go, yeah, you have a quota. I'm like, quota? What's the quota? He gave me some ridiculously low number of sales I had to make. I'm like, well, it's a good thing you didn't tell me my quota. That might have demotivated me to relax and think I did something good. I hit the quota, or I hit double the quota. I hit 8 times the quota because my goal that I was striving for, that I woke up every day and went to sleep every night with little tension and stress about hitting my goal, was 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times what the other reps' goal is. No wonder I broke every record and got every promotion and won every bonus and won every contest. I was self-motivated and set my own goals based on my own desires to achieve. I wasn't looking for the easiest sales call or the easiest appointments or no. High achievers want more tension. Michael Jordan wants to take the final shot. Give me the ball with 1 second left down by a point. Give me the ball. He wants the stress. All the other players are like, whoa, don't give me the ball. I don't want that kind of tension. I don't want that kind of stress. Are those other players known as the greatest basketball player of all time? Okay, ask yourself. Now, do you have to shoot for being the greatest whatever of all time? No. But my hope for you is to develop positive self-motivation. Have motive to take action that comes from within. Develop that. Build your positive desires for it. And don't act on fear. Don't look to get away from things. That's a negative losing mentality. Look to go towards things. That's what positive winners do. And that takes care of part 1 of the 4th quality of a total winner from Dr. Dennis Waitley's Psychology of Winning. We'll finish up the chapter on the next Foundation Friday episode. Toby is here, and Toby says fear has any value you want to put on it, showing the savings that they can act now and their fear is taken care of. Okay, so yes, I will read that again later, I guess, and try and figure out what it said, and then possibly reply. But at the end of a long day and a long week of accomplishing tons of crap and getting way closer to all kinds of huge goals that I have, my brain is turning to mush to match my mouth. If you heard earlier in the video, I was having trouble even talking here. So I'm going to call it a night, go watch a movie with my beautiful wife, Michelle, and I'll be back tomorrow on Social Media Saturday. Thank you, Toby, and everyone else here live. Watch it on the replay, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.